You will not believe the sheer amount of time this single piece of software has saved me this month, and I genuinely think it could revolutionize your content creation process too. I mean, the market is completely saturated right now with flashy AI video tools promising hyper-realistic digital actors and text-to-movie magic. But let's be real, what most of us content creators actually need is something that expertly transforms one long recording into dozens of highly polished, bite-sized posts that consistently drive engagement. That crucial capability, the automation of distribution from existing masters, is precisely where this specific tool shines incredibly bright. It makes no false promises about being a complete cinematic movie generator from simple text prompts, which is a completely different use case. Instead, its core mission is squeezing every single drop of viral potential out of the footage you've already spent hours recording. It completely automates the grueling, repetitive grind of clipping, formatting, and scheduling all your derivative content. If you are currently producing long-form content like podcasts, in-depth interviews, live streams, or educational lectures, you absolutely need to pay close attention to this. Do me a quick favor right now and hit that like and subscribe button if you're hungry for more clever creator tools that save you real money and real time. All right, let's stop talking about the hype and finally dive deep into exactly how this whole workflow functions. Before we get into the meat of it, let's address a quick, frustrating reality check concerning some of the newer AI video platforms popping up. I recently encountered several services that are frustratingly geo-locked, meaning they are only available in specific countries or regions. I was testing a US-only specific tool last week and actually had to jump through hoops, messing around with VPN configurations just to get a fleeting glimpse of the features. If you find yourself in a similar situation and absolutely must try a US exclusive demo, then yes, a virtual private network will successfully do the necessary trick. However, I need to give you two extremely quick but critical safety notes before you even consider that route. First, please recognize that those completely free VPN options are often incredibly sketchy and untrustworthy. They have a nasty habit of leaking your personal data or severely throttling your connection speeds, making testing impossible. Because of that risk, you should never use your main email or any account tied to your financial cards while testing those free services. The smart move is to always use a dedicated throwaway login, or better yet, invest in a paid, reputable VPN service for any serious experimentation. I'll be completely direct, I always strongly prefer using paid VPNs whenever they are available, because you get far less security drama and significantly better performance. Now, the main reason I even mention the VPN complexity is because there is so much unnecessary FOMO circulating around these brand new AI content creators right now. Do not let yourself get distracted by the newest generative model that looks flashiest in a short demo reel. If your primary non-negotiable business goal is growth and effective content distribution, you don't need the flashiest thing on the market. What you actually require is a reliable, consistent tool that can expertly extract and schedule clips the way established top-tier creators successfully manage their output. This particular platform handles that essential task for me, and it does so reliably, regardless of where in the world my audience might be located. All right, let's move past the setup considerations and get straight into what this system actually does under the hood, which is the important part. Simply put, this technology takes your lengthy source videos and converts them into numerous ready-to-post short clips instantly optimized for every major social platform. It has an intelligent system designed to pinpoint the precise moments within the long form that viewers are statistically most likely to watch all the way through. It then cleanly trims those segments and hands you every single asset required for publishing in one unified workspace. That unified package includes perfectly timed captions, custom thumbnail suggestions, and even the ability to schedule the publication directly. These are the three specific core functions that I personally utilize every single day to maintain my consistent content flow. First is the automatic editing feature designed specifically for finding those highly shareable, viral potential clips from your master recording. You upload a massive 60 or 90-minute podcast, and the AI intelligently slices out all the segments that it predicts will perform the best for you. This capability single-handedly removes the necessity for you to manually scrub through hours upon hours of raw interview footage looking for gold. The second killer feature is the automated scheduling function, which takes your posting strategy right out of your hands. You simply establish your preferred posting frequency, and the AI queues up and pushes the content live based on your saved preferences. That means you completely bypass the tedious requirement of manually uploading a new short video across multiple platforms every single day. And the third thing I rely on daily is the comprehensive content calendar view, which acts as your single source of truth. From this dashboard, you can review every clip, make minor edits, and easily rearrange the entire upcoming publishing sequence. The fundamental importance of having these three integrated systems cannot be overstated for modern scaling. Consider my previous workflow. I used to dedicate a significant portion, like half a week, just editing and batching shorts from one long interview. Now I upload the master file, briefly review the clips it suggests, maybe adjust one or two tiny transitions, and the system handles absolutely everything else automatically. This workflow effectively terminates the soul-crushing weekend work binge and firmly replaces it with a consistent, reliable posting machine. Now let me walk you through precisely how I implement this within my actual day-to-day routine so you can effectively steal this entire optimized workflow. Step number one is the initial upload phase, which is thankfully super straightforward. I simply drag and drop my primary source file, whether it's a recorded meeting, a Zoom call, or a raw live stream, right into the application interface. The system is designed to support virtually all of the major video file formats you are likely already using in your production process. It's also worth noting that the upload speeds are generally very fast, especially if you are dealing with multiple large recordings that you want to process in one go. If you have a backlog of several raw videos, I highly recommend batching them all together during this initial upload window. Moving on to step two, this is where the real magic of the AI analysis engine gets triggered to start its work. The system diligently scans the entire duration of your footage, looking for high-energy vocal moments and noticeable topic shifts. It specifically looks for auditory cues like applause, laughter, or any significant changes in the speaker's vocal tone to mark potential clip endings. Based on this deep scan, it then automatically proposes dozens of targeted short clips, usually perfectly sized for TikTok shorts or Instagram reels. These suggestions are frequently the absolute best 15 to 60-second excerpts that are engineered for maximum social platform performance. Step 3 transitions us into the crucial human review and necessary tweaking phase, which keeps you in creative control. You are never forced to accept every single clip the AI algorithm suggests as a final product, which is important for quality assurance. I always click through the suggested clips to verify the in-points and out-points, making small adjustments to the timing if the AI was slightly off. Furthermore, you can easily add entirely new captions or edit the auto-generated ones, which are usually good, but require checking for specialized industry terms. Always take a moment to swap out the suggested thumbnails for something more compelling or relevant to the specific short you've chosen. The best practice here is simple. Keep the clips that truly hit the mark and immediately discard the ones that just don't feel right. Step 4 involves capitalizing on the built-in metadata assistance features to maximize discoverability across all platforms. The system proactively helps you draft engaging captions, relevant hashtags, and optimized video titles for you. Here's a pro tip for maintaining your unique brand voice. Use the suggestions as a strong framework, but always customize at least one single line. Remember, even in an automated world, that touch of genuine authenticity is what ultimately wins the viewer's long-term attention. Step 5 brings us back to the powerful automation engine with the final auto-schedule command. You select exactly how frequently you want new content to appear and which specific social channels it should publish across. From that point forward, the tool will automatically post everything precisely according to the cadence you programmed into it. If you prefer a more hands-on approach, you always retain the option to simply export the finished clips for completely manual uploading later. I usually let the automated scheduler run untouched for several weeks, then I come back to review the performance metrics. Finally, Step 6 introduces the content calendar, the feature that truly transforms chaos into predictable, scalable growth. This centralized view allows you to instantly see everything that has been queued up for future publication across your channels. You can easily reorder posts that need a different sequence or temporarily pause anything that you notice isn't testing as well as expected. This feature fundamentally shifts your backlog from being a source of stress to becoming a predictable, reliable content pipeline. Now, you might be thinking this system requires a ton of specific prompting and deep human direction to work effectively, but the answer is generally no. Vizard's initial suggestions are frequently good enough for immediate posting right out of the box, which is impressive on its own. However, achieving the absolute best possible results comes from simply injecting a small amount of your own creative oversight into the process. Here are a few quick, actionable hacks that I personally use to make my AI-generated clips truly pop right off the screen. If a guest delivers a truly brilliant, concise one-liner, immediately trim the clip so that specific sentence acts as the irresistible hook in the first 3 seconds. Always look to add simple, contextual overlay text on the screen, things like, "Here's the important takeaway," or "You should not skip this part." These short additions demonstrably boost viewer completion rates across the board because they signal value. When you're uploading very long interviews, take a minute to lightly mark major topic shifts within the source file using chapter markers. The AI tool can then utilize these gentle cues you provided to generate significantly more accurate and relevant clip boundaries. A crucial tip: ruthlessly cut down any original long-form intros unless that opening segment itself serves as the absolute strongest hook for the short. Viewers of short-form content are notoriously impatient, so make every single second of those initial moments count immensely. Also, be sure to test out different final calls to action, because what works for one audience won't always resonate with another group. Sometimes explicitly directing them to the full episode link in bio performs best, while other times an open-ended question gets more engagement. You can even combine this automation with a quick external AI workflow to generate caption variations. For instance, take the transcribed text of the clip and drop it into a large language model for snappy caption frameworks. Then you simply pick the few variations that genuinely sound like your established personal voice and rotate those throughout your queue. Let's address the competition head-on. There are certainly a bunch of other tools out there attempting to do parts of this same job. Some focus intensely on generating entirely brand new synthetic footage purely from complex text prompts, and those demos look absolutely stunning. But those generative tools are often extremely heavy on computing power, making them expensive and sometimes still regionally restricted for access. Other available options might only offer simple manual trimming features or try to force you into a very rigid editing template that limits creativity. What genuinely sets this platform apart for me is that it was intentionally built entirely around the real-world creator workflow. This means prioritizing efficient batch processing, seamless multi-platform scheduling, and that crucial centralized calendar view. When you compare its functions to tools that generate whole AI avatars from scratch, this is far more practical for people who already possess existing content libraries. The goal here is not to replace your entire high-level production process, which still needs your talent. The entire point is simply taking the high-quality content you already created and effortlessly turning it into consistent, measurable growth across the web. But to be completely transparent, I must honestly mention a few limitations you should be aware of before committing to any tool. First, you absolutely must still start with decent source material. Poor audio or shaky video will never yield fantastic short clips, no matter how clever the cutting is. Second, the auto-captioning engine can sometimes stumble when dealing with very heavy accents or extremely niche, industry-specific jargon. For that reason, always allocate a few seconds to quickly proofread and verify all the automatically generated subtitles. And third, this software will not magically generate breathtaking cinematic B-roll from absolutely nothing on its own. If your project genuinely requires those elaborate, fully generative scenic shots, you will need to pair this with a dedicated visual generation tool. Despite those minor caveats, for the core task of saving massive amounts of time while simultaneously scaling your distribution, this solution is extremely difficult to surpass. Let me share a quick, concrete example from my own recent content cycle to prove this isn't just empty talk. I recently had a very dense 70-minute interview recording that I had originally earmarked for a manual edit into 8 separate short clips. After uploading the entire thing, the system actually suggested 24 unique clips, which blew my initial estimate out of the water. One of those suggested moments was a completely unexpected 2-sentence hot take that subsequently performed incredibly well when I posted it to Twitter. I ultimately accepted 12 of the suggested clips, polished up the automated captions, and set a publishing cadence of exactly 3 posts per week. Within just 1 month of letting this system run, my channel's short-form output drove a measurable and significant bump in overall subscriber growth. The AI engine performed the vast majority of the heavy lifting in terms of clipping and scheduling, leaving my creative input focused only on tiny but vital adjustments. As we wrap up, here are a few final critical tips to maximize your success with this automated workflow. Make a habit of batching all your uploads together. Process an entire month's worth of content at once rather than 1 episode weekly. The scheduler then smartly spreads those uploads out over the coming weeks, ensuring you always have fresh content ready to go. You must use that content calendar religiously. It is your single best defense against the creeping inconsistency that kills growth. Never, ever allow yourself to become completely reliant on the automation, because human judgment is still essential for capturing true emotional resonance. The AI will miss those subtle emotional beats that only a human editor who understands the context can truly identify and elevate. If you are utterly tired of spending an entire workday just hacking out short clips from a single 2-hour video, you absolutely owe it to yourself to try this tool. This isn't trying to be every single tool in the entire production suite. It's designed to be the one reliable system that guarantees consistent publishing without causing creator burnout. If you're curious, I can certainly drop some detailed before and after performance examples for you down in the comments section below. Or I could even dedicate an entire follow-up video to showing you the exact settings I use for my multi-platform scheduling cadence. Go ahead and leave any specific questions you have about this process right in the comments for me to look over. Smash that like button with enthusiasm if this deep dive has genuinely helped you visualize saving hours of tedious work this week. And please subscribe right now so you do not miss the next time I cover an essential creator tool deep dive just like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I sincerely look forward to seeing you all in the very next video.